You know, it's funny. What would I like people to know about my work? I think about a lot of different things when I'm making paintings, when I'm working in my studio. And a lot of that is private and weird. When people look at my work, I want them to have their own experience and to trust it, you know, to trust their eyes, to trust the way they feel, because I think that's the greatest compliment that any viewer can give an artist, is that I trust you to show me something different. So what do I think about Detroit? Well, it's my home, and I want to be very clear to say that even though I live in Boston, I am not a Red Sox fan, and I am not a Bruins fan. I'm passionately and deeply connected to this city. It's how I was formed as a thinker, because I went to high school here, and it's how I was formed as an artist, because I had the experience, like almost every school kid did, of being left alone in that fantastic collection over at the DIA. There's this weird thing that happens when you're in a museum space and there are things on the floor and things on the wall. You're supposed to look at one thing at a time, but I could never do that. So I like the notion that something could be on the wall and something could be in front of you, and they would actually feel like they were in the same space. In contemporary life, representations of men don't allow for any sort of expression of vulnerability or difficulty or difference, right? And we also live in this incredibly violent time. We've been at war for almost 2 decades in this country. And the ways that bodies have been altered by that conflict, people being blown apart, and ideas about prosthetics and ideas about physical violence that have been done to people, a lot of that occupies my thinking. And the flavor of the work in its color palette has a link to domesticity, because it really is something that we live with. We just live with it. And in my work, I don't want to just live with it. I want to make it evident. I want us to call attention to it.